comprehensive preparation platform for all the engineers. All the candidates who are joining me live, just quickly confirm your presence in the comment section and tell me whether my audio, visual quality, everything is clear so that we can start with the session. So everyone who is joining me live, just quickly confirm your presence and tell me whether my audio, visual quality, everything is clear. Just give me a moment. There is one bar not coming. Just give me a moment, friends. No, it is perfect. Just give me a moment, friends. So everybody who is joining me live, before I start the session, just quickly confirm whether my audio, visual quality, everything is clear. This session is going to be very interesting, friends, because today I am going to tell you the complete analysis of GATE and Engineering Services Examination. Why I have named it Vivisection. What is Vivisection? It is basically a medical term and it is used when a very deep analysis is performed on a particular issue or particular idea. Now this session is going to be completely different from those sessions which are dealt with the analysis of GATE and Engineering Services Examination, where we are talking about the issues like what is the pattern of the examination and other different static parts of the examination. In this particular session, I will tell you those issues and I will discuss those issues with you which are generally untouched and which are one of the major cause why students fail in these prestigious examination. Some of the issues I am going to discuss, they are going to be breaking some of the myths in your mind as far as this engineering services and GATE examination is concerned. So all the candidates who are joining me live, just quickly confirm your presence and do not forget to like, share and subscribe this session so that more and more students are going to be benefited, because this is a general session. There is no competitive edge in terms of your technical expertise. We are discussing general issues regarding GATE and Engineering Services Examination. So if you're ready for the session, just tell me. I'm fine. Raghuram, how are you? Welcome to the session. So the session length is going to be approximately 45 minutes and we are going to have those issues being discussed in this particular session which are generally not touched upon. So let us quickly start the session. Some of you may be joining me for the first time, so there is a brief introduction about myself. My name is Ashutosh. As you can see on the screen, I have 11 plus years of teaching experience, completed MTech from IT BYJU'S in 2010. I have written a couple of books on engineering ethics and power system. I have written more than 900 pages, more than 900 plus pages book on power system, and my areas of expertise are power system, electrical machines, electromagnetic field theory, material science, engineering ethics and current affairs. Before we start the session, let me just tell you that only 5 months are remaining for your GATE examination, and if you want to ace the GATE 2023 examination with a better score, then you can join the Achievers series on BYJU'S exam prep app, but you have to get yourself registered on the BYJU'S exam prep app so that you can access the videos. The next important notification is that your favorite and my favorite Joshi Sir is going to take a workshop on the last 121 days for GATE 2023. He is going to discuss various important strategies that how you can approach GATE 2023 examination. It is going to be live on 4th of October and the timing is going to be 8 p.m. You have to get yourself registered on the BYJU'S exam prep app so that you can attend this particular session. Now let me just give you what is the agenda for today's session. What are the issues we are going to discuss today? When we talk about the GATE examination or engineering services examination, we will be focusing on two major areas. The first one is understanding the examination. For any examination, before you start your preparation, it is very important that you understand the examination. What is the requirements? What is the demands of the examination? Then you will be able to better approach the examination with the right strategy and right direction. The second major issue that we are going to discuss for both of the examination is what is the psyche of the examiner. You must understand that the people who are going to frame your question paper, the people who are going to sit in your interviews or personality test, what is their thinking? What is their requirements in terms of selecting a candidate for such a prestigious examinations? So these two issues we are going to discuss both for GATE and Engineering Services Examination. So all the candidates who are live with me, just quickly tell me in the comment section, are you excited for this session so that I also get motivated? Let us first talk about the GATE examination. In GATE examination, you must be aware that GATE examination gives you a plethora of opportunities. Once you qualify GATE examination with a good All India rank, with good percentile, then you have lot of opportunities in terms of getting a good job. That may be a PSU job, that may be other jobs. Okay. You can also go for higher studies. These higher studies may include going for a master's program, or you can go for research or PhD programs also directly through the GATE examination. So there are a lot of opportunities in terms of higher education jobs. You can also go to the R&D sector, research and development sector, after clearing the GATE examination. These are the basic details. When I was searching that what are the important issues I can discuss in this particular session, because I wanted to discuss something which is not discussed till now as far as GATE examination and Engineering Services Examination is concerned. So I was searching why GATE examination is being conducted. What is the need? Why to conduct GATE examination? Instead of saying GATE examination, before 10 years back, you can say 10 years back, most of the PSUs, most of the jobs, they were having their separate examination papers. Nowadays, what is happening? Most of the good PSUs, most of the good opportunities in terms of PSU jobs and other jobs, they are taking their recruitments. They are not conducting written part for most of the PSUs. They are taking GATE examination as the benchmark, and they are conducting group discussions and interview to finalize a candidate. So I was searching what is the need? Why GATE examination is being conducted? What is the reason? So I found some basic answers that I am going to discuss here. The first thing you have to understand is that GATE is a technical aptitude test. What is technical aptitude? Please try to understand. When you talk about a nation, when you talk about a society, the development of the society or the nation depends heavily upon the technical advancement. If you don't believe this, let me just give you one simple example. Can you believe the scale of development of a nation is being decided by the per capita consumption of electricity? Hello everyone, are you able to follow this or not? The scale, the level of development of a country, of a nation is being decided that how much electricity a particular country or nation is consuming. In that scale, if you see the developed nations like United States of America, or you talk about the European countries, their per capita consumption of electricity is very high. And if you see down the line, developing countries like India, China, and some other countries, you will see their per capita consumption of electricity is comparatively very less. If you go to some poor nations, some poor countries, some underdeveloped countries, you will see there is a further decrease in the per capita consumption of electricity. What is per capita? Per capita means per person. It means technological advancement is going to be a very significant benchmark to decide a nation's growth story. I hope you understand this. 1947, when India got independence, it was our first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, when he was establishing, when he was organizing and managing to get all the IITs, Indian Institute of Technology, being established, then he made a very great statement. He said that these IITs are the temples of modern India. So you can understand that any country, if it has to grow, if it has to develop, then technological advancement is the base, is the infrastructure. Now, this technological development can be performed in two ways, either through the government bodies, government organizations, or with the private organizations. Nowadays, there are less number of government organizations and more number of private organizations are there. But when you talk in terms of the government organizations, they are still there in some of the crucial areas where still private players are not allowed. You can take the examples of power generation. Slowly, private players are coming into the power generation, but still you can see the majority stakeholder is going to be the government companies and government PSUs. You can take some other examples like oil and natural resources. Most of the oil and such natural resources are those companies are being owned by the government, either completely or you can say partially. It means definitely in any country, there is a significant role of government organizations and it cannot be overruled at any cost. There will be both public sector and private sector. I have seen some of the sessions. Some of the students I have seen, they are asking, sir, privatization is going to happen. So what will happen to the PSU jobs? PSU jobs are never going to be 100% private. Please understand this. There will always be a government body, a government structure to handle the crucial areas. Always there will be some sectors dealing with the government bodies and there will be other sectors which are dealing with the private organizations. In both of these organizations, we require technical manpower. We require those people who can take technical decisions. We require those people who can innovate. We require those people who can research, who can do the research and development, and they can provide new heights to the overall growth of the nation and the society. Let me give you one simple example. Most of the people, they are talking about what is innovation. They are talking about what is innovation. Anybody can define what is innovation? Because nowadays innovation is going to be a very important area because it is going to be the fastest growing area in research and development. What is innovation? Innovation is not something very big. Innovation can be as small as a matchbox. The moment when matchbox, you understand matchbox in Hindi it is called as machis. Right now it is 1 rupees or 2 rupees, you are getting 50 matches and every single match you are getting a fire. You are getting a fire. 50 times in 1 rupee, you can lit up a candle. Can you understand the enormous impact matchbox has created on the whole society, the whole world? Yes or no? So innovation can be as simple as a matchbox, but the only thing is it must disrupt the earlier procedures, the earlier processes. Now I am giving you a task. Can you, being a good engineer, can you invent something which can replace matchbox? Now you will say, sir, lighter is there, but still lighter is not that much reliable is a matchbox. You will find not a single home where lighter is there, but matchbox is not there. Matchbox is present in everybody's house, whether he or she is going to be a rich, poor or a middle class. Are you getting this idea or not? So because of the requirement of a nation in terms of innovation, research, development, technical professionals in government and private organizations, we require technical aptitude. And the only way in this country, in India, to test the technical aptitude of an engineer is GATE examination. Yes or no? Everybody just tell me in the comment section, are you able to follow this? GATE is all about technical aptitude. Aptitude is the inherent capability. It is not something which can be 100% imparted. You must have a background, you must have a inclination towards technical things. Yes or no? Then only if some training, if some education, if some efforts are made to train you, then only you can become a good engineer. Next point is, what does qualifying marks means? This is also one of the interesting part of GATE examination. If you see most of the All India rank, or most of the PSU jobs or the higher education, if you go beyond 1000 rank or 500, 600 rank or 1000 rank, you will hardly get a good opportunity. But still you see the GATE examination is giving you, every year GATE examination is giving you the qualifying marks. Now what is the need to give the qualifying marks? Suppose the qualifying marks is 30 marks and somebody is getting 31 marks. So what he is going to do with 31 marks? Are you getting this? I think you are not going to get a job. You are not going to get, you can say, admission in some of the higher education institutes. Then what you are going to do with that qualifying marks? The moment you write that you have qualified the GATE examination, it means you have more than the minimum qualification marks in the GATE examination. It means that you have the technical aptitude in your respective engineering stream. Hello everyone, are you able to follow this or not? Very important part. The qualifying marks means if you have more marks than the minimum qualification marks in the GATE examination, it means you have that technical aptitude which is required by the GATE examination. The next one is the myth of 1 marks versus 2 marks. If you see the GATE examination pattern, you will understand generally there are 2 types of questions in terms of the marks weightage. There are 1 marks question and there are 2 marks question. In general, it is understood that 1 marks questions are going to be easy and 2 marks questions are going to be difficult. Now this is a wrong conception. This is a myth. 1 mark question can be as difficult as a 2 mark question. The only difference between a 1 mark question and a 2 mark question is in terms of the analysis, in terms of the time. I hope you are getting this. So never ever misunderstand this thing that 1 mark question is going to be easy and 2 marks questions are going to be difficult. This is a wrong conception. This is a misconception. And this is the reason, my friend, when most of the people go free hand for 1 mark question, they get lot of negative marking, and even if they have performed well in the GATE examination, because of the negative marking, they are not getting good marks. Because the moment you come out of the examination hall and you see the solution, then you understand, oh, 1 mark, this much simple question, it is wrong. What to do? But once you are coming out of the examination hall, you cannot do anything. So please understand, there is no difference in terms of the difficulty level, whether it is a 1 mark question or whether it is a 2 mark question. A 1 mark question can be even more difficult than a 2 mark question. So if you are not able to crack that question, it is going to be more difficult. Yes or no? Hello everyone, are you able to follow this? Just tell me yes or no. Your feedback means a lot. So tell me whether you are able to follow this or not. The second issue is MCQs, NATs and MSQs. Let us understand the basic nature of these questions. Why they are asking MCQs, multiple choice questions? Why they are asking numerical ability test, and why they are asking the multiple select questions? Some years before, they were having only MCQs and numerical ability. They were not having the MSQs. MSQs is the latest change, latest introduction in the GATE examination since 2020. Now please understand, if you are dealing with the MCQ question, in the MCQ question, you have 4 options and you have to select the best answer out of the 4 options. So MCQ question is all about time management and accuracy. In a given frame of time, you have to give the best answer. Now coming to the numerical ability type questions. In the NAT question, no options are mentioned and you have to solve the question and you have to get the answer in terms of numbers or the digits, and you have to put it in the blank space. Now NATs type questions, they do not have a negative marking. Even the MSQ, multiple select questions, they are also not having negative marking. But these questions are going to be very tricky because you cannot make a guess in these questions. If you are having a partial knowledge, if you are having a half-baked knowledge, then also you can have some analysis for the MCQ question because your options are limited to 4. But when you are dealing with the numerical ability type questions, you don't have any option. No hint is there. So how you are going to guess the number, the solution? It means you cannot solve the numerical ability type questions if you don't have command over your basics or the fundamentals. And you must have observed this during last 5 years, the number of questions being asked in this category has drastically increased. More and more numbers of NAT questions are being asked. Good evening, Swapnil. Are you able to follow this? Just tell me yes or no. Now coming to the last type of question, that is MSQ. MSQ is the latest change, latest introduction to the GATE examination. Now most of the people, when you ask them why they are asking MSQ questions, so people are saying to check your concepts, to check your knowledge. Now answer my first question. If they are asking MCQs and NATs, are these two question types are not capable to check your knowledge and capability? 100% your knowledge and capability can be checked, can be tested out of these two types of questions. So why they have brought this multiple select questions? What is the reason? The reason is, in case of multiple select questions, if you have 4 options, there can be 2 options, 3 options or 4 options correct. When you are dealing with the MCQ questions, out of the 4 options, very easily you can do odd man out. Even if you don't know the exact answer, just by observing the options, you can select what is the correct answer. But when you are dealing with the NAT question, my friend, there can be 2 or more than 2 options correct in the multiple select question. It means within one question, you have to put more effort. MSQ question is going to take some extra time in the examination, and that is why MSQ has been introduced, because if you see the GATE examination structure, my friend, 65 questions are asked in 3 hours. Almost 3 minutes. In the earlier times, almost 3 minutes for 65 questions. And if you see the verbal ability and quantitative aptitude questions, they are like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, if you know the answer. It means you have significant time when you are dealing with the questions in the GATE examination. Now, in order to give you little more challenge in the GATE examination, they have introduced MSQ questions. MSQ questions require more time because every option you have to work out. It is not that you just get the right answer and you put the bubble and you go to the next question. No. You have to check every single option whether it can be correct or not. So it requires more time management. It requires more pressure in terms of efforts. It's not just about knowledge or technical capability, because knowledge and technical capability can be easily tested by MCQs and NATs. Is it clear, everybody? Is it clear, everybody? Just tell me yes or no in the comment section. Are you getting what is the nature of MCQs, NATs and MSQs? Then the last one is verbal and technical aptitude. Now please try to understand. If you see, out of the 65 questions, 55 questions are going to be purely technical questions, and the remaining 10 questions are going to be based on your maths, you can say aptitude, or the not maths, it is aptitude and the verbal aptitude, quantitative aptitude and the verbal aptitude. Now please understand, these 10 questions are like icing on the cake. I have said it in my earlier sessions. Out of those 100 marks, if you have a better command over these 10 questions, then your score is going to be much, much better. I hope you are getting this. So do not ignore this area. I have seen some of the very good candidates throughout the year, they ignore this part. And at the end, last 1 month, last 15 days, last, you can say 10 days, they are working. They are running here and there for this verbal and aptitude. That is a wrong approach. You cannot ignore this icing on the cake. Are you getting this? Yes or no? When you cut your birthday cake, it should be beautiful. It's not just a base. If I give you a base without icing on the cake, without that decoration, it is not going to be a beautiful cake. So it is very, very important. I hope you are getting this. Now let us go to the next part of our discussion, that is the psyche of the examiner. You must be aware that who are the people who actually frame the GATE examination paper. Definitely these are going to be IITs and ISC professors. These professors, they are neck deep in their technical expertise. They are some of India's most technical expert you can expect in terms of their knowledge base, in terms of their research, in terms of their application of the knowledge. Are you getting that? The majority of the professors in various premium institutes like IITs and ISC, when they are going to frame questions for the GATE examination, what is the thought in their mind? What is the thought in their mind? I don't know whether some of you have been to IITs or not. I was fortunate enough to go to IIT BHU, and I have seen the atmosphere in IITs. There was one professor, I will not take the name. That professor used to take the open book test. He will give you some questions. You have the luxury to open your book. You can keep your book or notes along with you in the test. And still it is being a challenge. It's a challenge that you solve those questions. The same professors, they are going to draft questions for you in the GATE examination. And this is the reason I tell all my candidates that when you are preparing for GATE examination, never ever see the solution of a question at least 3 to 5 days. It is going to give you a brain exercise. And that brain exercise is very necessary when you are going for final GATE examination. Because in GATE examination, the 55 technical questions you are getting, nobody is going to give you a hint. Nobody is going to tell you whether you are solving the question with the right approach or not. It is only possible to develop that technical aptitude by giving some basic exercise to your brain. Whenever you see a new question, whenever you see a particular question, whether from any source, do not see the solution at least 3 to 5 days and give some exercise to your brain so that it becomes adaptable to solve new questions. GATE examination, every year around 15 to 20% of the questions are going to be completely new questions. And it is that area of 15 to 20% of questions which is going to play a major role in defining who is going to be AIR 1 and who is going to be AIR 500. I hope you are getting that. So you understand the psyche of the examiner, you understand the people who are going to draft, who are going to frame your question paper, what is their understanding level and what is their requirement. Now suppose I am an IIT professor, ISC Bangalore professor. So what I am going to do 8 hours a day? 8 hours a day, I am sitting in my department, flipping through the books. And suppose I have to design 20 questions for the GATE examination, GATE 2023. So what I will do, suppose I am teaching power system. What I will do? I have my own books written. I will go through them. I will see some research paper. Now suddenly a new idea will come to my mind and I will design a question on that. Are you getting that or not? So the first thing you have to do is, once you complete your syllabus, once you are done with your syllabus, you start practicing more and more new questions. It's not just about solving the previous year questions. If you limit your preparation only up to the previous year questions, then you may get okay type score. You may get a score which is okay type. You may get a rank which is falling around 500 to 1000. But if you want a rank within 100, 50, under 10, first or top 10 ranks, then you must train yourself, your brain, to solve new questions extempore. Extempore means without any help, without any pre-guidance, on the spot you are able to solve the questions. The second thing is the myth of difficulty level. Whenever a professor, and especially a professor of such a repute, he is going to draft a question, he will never try to check or compare your knowledge base with his or her own knowledge base. That person is enough matured. He knows that 24 cross 7, 365 days, he is deep neck into his subject, his or her subject. Even if today I want to frame a question, I can frame a question which nobody else can solve apart except me. Forget about the IIT professors. So professors in various premier institutes, they are not going to draft a question which is going to be difficult. Questions are not difficult. The problem is you are not able to solve it. Are you getting this or not? Some of the questions can be very tricky, but they look like difficult because you don't know the trick. You don't know the right approach, right strategy. So please understand, in GATE examination, around 40 to 50% of the question that you are going to experience, you are going to face, they are going to be straightforward questions. 40 to 50% I am saying. The next 20, 25%, 30% questions are going to be little advanced level, little you can say tricky questions. And rest 15-20% questions are going to be some out of the box questions. Every year we are getting such out of the box questions for which even the faculties have to fight. Faculties are fighting with each other. My solution is right, my solution is right. It happens simply because somebody may be correct, somebody may be wrong. That's a different part of the story. But why even the faculties have to search for the right answer? Because every year 15 to 20% of questions you are getting in the GATE examination which is out of the box. I will suggest you, whenever you go for the GATE examination, if you are not confident about those type of out of the box questions, do not attempt them. Do not attempt them. Are you getting that? There is a Chinese proverb. If you want to kill the rat, then the color of the cat hardly matters. If you want to get selected with a good All India rank, it hardly matters which question you have solved and which questions you have left. The final score is going to matter a lot. Then you must be this much mature and capable that you must know what to hit and what to leave. So this was all about GATE examination. If you have any more questions, cross questions, you can ask me. Then I will be going towards the engineering services examination. Yes, everybody just tell me. If you have any more questions, what I have discussed, beyond that you can ask me. Then I will be discussing for engineering services examination. Any more doubts you are having? Whatever I have discussed for the GATE examination, you can ask me. And if you want, I can brief also what I have discussed. Swapnil is asking, sir, how to, you have mentioned the wrong spelling for tackle, okay? You have to work on your verbal ability. I have taken one session, some of session I have taken, just attend those sessions. You will get some betterment in terms of English vocabulary. Anyways, see how to tackle the negative marks. Let me tell you. Negative marks. Now let me tell you what are the different experiences you can have when you are going to see a question in the real GATE examination. Okay, and you are just going to confirm this. Okay, if anybody has already appeared in the GATE examination, you please confirm in the comment section whether I am saying the correct thing or not. First thing is confident in terms of time and solution. This is the first experience you can have after observing or watching a question. That is, you are confident about the time and the solution. You are 100% confident that you can solve this question within no time because you have already solved that type of question. So this type of question, I think there is no problem with the negative marks because you must be aware with the concept, you must be having that much confidence that you can solve that question. So there is no meaning of negative marks. Second type of experience, confident about solution. Now there are some questions in which you will feel the confidence in terms of the solution. When you read the question, you get the confidence that yes, I can solve this question, but you are not sure about how much time it is going to take because you are not clear through the procedure. You understand the terms, you know what are the equations to be applied, but still you are not about the time. Now this type of question you may get negative marks because in these type of questions it will take more time, and in that more time, when you are having the examination pressure, there is a possibility you will do a minor mistake in the calculation and you are thinking you have made the right answer, but it is going to be wrong. Are you getting this or not? Just tell me yes or no in the comment section. How to avoid negative marks? The first experience you get after reading the question, confidence, you have having the confidence about the solution and the time taken. So no possibility of negative marks because you can crack that question very easily. Second type of experience, you are confident about the solution. You know that you can solve that question, but you don't know how much time it is going to take, which path to follow. So you are doing this, you are doing that, and suddenly you are writing, in place of 2, you are writing 1. In the examination pressure, you don't know that you have made a mistake. Negative mark. Third type of experience. Third type of experience. You are confident about the procedure, but you are not confident about the final answer or final solution. It means you know the starting approach, but you don't know finally which direction you have to go. So you are not having the complete confidence, but still you are confident that this is the procedure, I have to follow this. In this type of questions, in the examination pressure, there is a high possibility you are going to go with the wrong answer. Because GATE is not like other examinations. If you see other examinations, in other examinations you will find that the options are going to be quite easy. Some of the questions, even if you just observe the options, you can do the odd man out and you can get the answer. But GATE examination is not like that. In GATE examination, you will be getting very close options. Very, very close options you will be getting. And it will be very difficult to differentiate between the right answer and wrong answer. I can give you several examples from my subjects, but this session belongs to the general session, so I cannot give you electrical engineering answers. But you can understand, you must be experiencing what I'm trying to say. Apart from these 3 categories, if you are making a guess, then it is not a negative mark. There are 2 ways in which you can hurt your leg. Okay, one way is that you hit your leg with the axe. The other way is you hit your leg on the axe. So if you are going for blind guesses, you are simply hitting your leg on the axe. It's not negative marks. It's like suicide. So never ever go for the blind guesses in the any examination, whether it is GATE examination or other examination where negative marks are there. There are only 3 possibilities. Confident for time and solution, go for it. Confident for the solution, not for the time, it means there is a possibility of calculation error and you may get the negative marks. Third, you are confident about the procedure, but you don't know what is the final answer, how to approach the final answer. Little bit you are getting the confidence. It means there is a possibility you will always land up in the wrong answer because you don't have the complete You do not have the complete analysis. Are you able to follow this? Just tell me yes or no. Any more questions you have? Yes. Only 1 or 2 candidates are commenting. I don't know why. I think you don't like the content of the session. Yes, anyways. If you have any more questions regarding whatever I have discussed or something beyond that also, you can ask me. And if you don't have a question, let me just go to engineering services examination. Now let us talk about the engineering services examination. But before I tell you anything about the engineering services examination, I want to give you some background about myself, because some of you may question this, that sir, you have not qualified the engineering services examination, then why you are preaching us? Okay, it is very easy to give motivation and give pravachans. You have not qualified engineering services examination, so why we should listen to you? Why we should take suggestions from you? So let me just give you some background about myself. I completed my BTech graduation in 2008, the same year, because I got a little bit good rank in the third year in the BTech graduation. I got admission in the same year, 2008. I completed my BTech, and the same year I joined IIT BHU for my MTech program, higher education. It was in 2008. 2008 to 10, I completed my MTech, and within these 2 years, I did serious preparations for engineering services examination, because till that time I was not aware about other examinations. I was only concentrated about the engineering services examination. I have never done any technical, I have never taken any technical help, technical coaching in my life as far as my technical preparation is concerned. So I was doing self-study for 2 years. If you meet some of my friends from my MTech, you will listen to this story. So I was all the day, all the night, I was deep into the books, and I was having this passion that I have to clear the engineering services examination. So 3 times I have cleared the engineering services written examination. It was 2011, 2012 and 2014. 3 times I have given the interview. I have cleared the written part of the examination, and I have been on the margins all the time. So I never get into the reserve list. But 3 times I have appeared in the engineering services interview. So I have a lot of experience in terms of interviews, also in terms of personality test also. And I have a lot of experience that how you should approach for engineering services examination. Even though there has been a lot of changes, it was the time in 2011 when I used to write the engineering services examination. But anyways, time has changed a lot. It has been more than, you can say, how much time? 2010, you can understand. So more than 10 years, 10, 11 years. Now let us talk about the engineering services examination. All the candidates who are motivated for engineering services examination and who are not motivated for the engineering services examination, this discussion is going to be extremely important for you. If you are an engineer, this session is important for you. Engineering services examination is a service, it's not a job. It's a service, it's not a job. I have seen a lot of candidates who qualify the engineering services examination, and they are completely frustrated in the job. Once they qualify one of the most prestigious examination, they are completely dissatisfied with the nature of job. And they are even on the edge of leaving the job and do something else. You want to know why? What is the reason? The reason is this: life is beautiful. Everybody is reading this statement, life is beautiful, but nobody is understanding the importance of this star, because this star says conditions applied. Conditions applied. It's not just about clearing the engineering services examination, my friend. You must understand the nature of job that you are going to do. It's a service, it's not a job. Once you join the engineering services examination, you are not going to get crores and crores of package. Now, once you enter into the job, engineering services, you will compare yourself with your friends and colleagues. Some of your friends may be working in some of the big private companies, maybe Google and Microsoft and some other organizations. They may be earning even 3, 4, 5 times in comparison to you. And now for the rest of your life, you will feel frustrated because you have qualified one of the most prestigious examination in the nation, but still you are frustrated. Why you are frustrated? Because you did your preparation blindly. You never prepare for any examination simply because others are preparing. First you understand, sit for 10 days, 15 days, 1 month and take a decision what you want to do with your life. What is the best thing you can do with your life? And if you understand that you want to contribute in the nation's growth in terms of technical expertise, then only you go for engineering services examination. Engineering services examination may not be giving you comparable salary, comparable money, monetary benefits if you compare it with your some of the friends or colleagues' private job. Yes, but the kind of respect, the recognition of your contribution in the nation's growth story is going to be unmatched. Even if somebody is getting crores of package and you are simply getting 1 or 2 lakhs rupees per month, you will get more respect, more quality of life. Okay? You will see the government employees, they live beyond 90. I am just telling it in a funny way, so don't take it in any objectionable manner. I am just telling you that the government employees, they live a long and healthy life because they have the quality of life. Private organizations, lot of stress you are having, lot of stress. The quality of life is highly compromised. Okay, the life-work balance is completely broken. It is very difficult to maintain the life and work balance. It's very difficult. So it's your choice. If you want to go for a service, then you go for engineering services. If you want a job, then there are other options also. Second thing I am going to discuss is why 3 stages. If you are a little bit aware with the engineering services examination, you must be aware that engineering services examination is conducted in 3 stages. The first stage is the prelims stage. The second stage is the conventional or the mains examination stage. And the third stage is the personality test. I want to ask you a very fundamental question. Why the hell they are complicating the things? Why not take one examination like GATE examination and don't waste time, energy, effort, money, everything? Yes or no? It's the taxpayers' money. Now please understand why there are 3 stages. You just close your eyes and imagine that you are sitting as the director of one of the most, you can say, most reputed government organization in terms of your technical expertise. You are sitting as the director. You have to take a decision. Your decision is going to affect the life of hundreds and thousands and lakhs of people. Hello, are you able to follow this? You are not going to manufacture toothbrush. You are not going to manufacture toothpaste. You are going to decide the life of hundreds and thousands and millions of people. Your decision matters a lot. And this is the reason the selection process for the engineering services is going to be such a rigorous process. Every stage, there is a possibility you are going to fall. And the moment you fall, you are out of the race. It's not just about reflecting your technical expertise. It's about reflecting your overall personality. If you don't have a healthy personality, my friend, you cannot crack this examination. No. You may be having a hell lot of technical knowledge, but if you don't have a good personality, healthy personality, then you cannot qualify this examination, because at least at one stage, anyhow you will reflect that bad dimension, and there you are going to fall. And this is the reason this examination has 3 stages. The next important issue that I am going to discuss is why they are taking the general studies paper. You must be aware in the prelims examination they are taking 2 papers, general studies 1 and the technical paper. The general studies paper is common for all the branches, and there are 10 topics mentioned from which questions are being asked. One of the topic is engineering ethics, which I deal with my students. Other topics also I am dealing, but the main topic that I am going to deal in engineering services prelims examination is engineering ethics. Now, why they are focusing upon this particular area when they are talking about technical expertise? Now, please try to understand. Have you heard this word contingency? Have you heard this word contingency? What is the meaning of contingency situation? Contingency situation is the situation which is unplanned and unforeseen. In today's world, we are living in a world which is uncertain. Yes or no? With all that technological advancement, we don't know what is going to happen tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, you see that the complete history, geography and economy, everything is changed. How? Technical advancement. So we are living in an era of uncertainty. In this era of uncertainty, if you are sitting on a position with lot of authority and responsibility, there is a possibility when you are in the contingency situation, you are going to take the wrong decision. There is a possibility. To avoid this situation, it's not simply you are looking like a one-dimensional horse, a horse which can only see in one direction. Are you getting that? You must have lateral thinking. You understand lateral thinking? You can understand and comprehend things in the multiple dimensions, multiple directions. So you must know about your society, current affairs. You must know about what is an ethical engineer. It's not just about being a technical engineer, you must be an ethical engineer. So there are various other subjects. Every single subject has a different dimension in which you have to prove yourself. That is why they are talking about general studies paper 1. Next is why are prelims marks accounted in the final merit? If you compare the engineering services examination with the civil services examination, in civil services examination also there is prelims examination. But the marks of the prelims examination are not counted or not accounted in the final merit list. But in the engineering services examination, the prelims marks are going to be taken into account in the final merit. Why? What is the reason? What is the difference? Now please try to understand. When you talk about the prelims examination is all about time management. Please understand this. Prelims examination is all about time management and accuracy. Yes or no? Within a stipulated time, you have to solve and correctly solve a given number of questions. It means your strength in terms of working for something in a given time with accuracy is going to be checked in the prelims examination. Yes or no? If you see the civil services, in case of civil services, the mains examination is quite exhaustive. It's quite exhaustive. You will see the mains examination in civil services. There are 4 major papers in general studies apart from the optional paper. General studies 1, general studies 2, general studies 3 and general studies 4. And I think everything under the sun comes under this syllabus. So in civil services, they do not require to take into account the prelims marks. But in case of engineering services examination, the mains examination comprises only 2 question papers, paper 1 and paper 2. It means in the mains examination, they are not checking your X factor in your personality. So that X factor in your personality is being checked in the prelims examination, and that is why the prelim marks are being added in the final merit list. See, it's not about the number of attempts when you go for the engineering services examination, it is the age limit. Up to age 30, any number of times you can attempt the engineering services examination. Okay. Next is, what is the nature of mains examination? Now, please try to understand, mains examination is going to test you on two grounds. The first one is obviously technical expertise, and second is thought process. In the prelims examination, there is a possibility that if you remember things, if you remember data, if you remember equations, you may qualify the prelims examination. But in mains examination, it's not just about remembering the facts. It's about that how perfectly you can express your knowledge with others. Yes or no? Because when you write a question along with some language and somebody else is going to evaluate it, it means he is going to understand not only your technical expertise but also your thought process. And that is why mains examination is going to be one of the major stage in the engineering services examination. All the stages are important, but mains examination is going to be quite a big game changer. The nature of personality test. If you see the engineering services examination conducted by UPSC, Union Public Service Commission, they are not calling it interview, they are calling it personality test. Why? Because there is a difference between interview and personality test. When you talk about the interview, in interviews, they are going to judge you in terms of, you can understand, various dimensions related to your personality. Okay. In interviews, for example, what is your technical expertise, because you have the technical round in the interview. Yes or no? Then you have psychological testing in the interview. You are getting some HR based questions. Yes or no? Different sets of questions are being asked in the interview. But when you come for the personality, it's not just some selected dimensions of your personality. When you are going for engineering services examination through UPSC, your overall personality is going to be tested. They are going to test not just your personality, they are going to test your attitude. Your attitude in the difficult situations. That is why they are asking, what is your hobby? What are your interests? Okay. So they are asking you difficult questions. They are putting you in the difficult situation because they simply want to test your overall personality. It's not just about getting some information from you. Interview, they are getting some information from you. But personality test means they want to check whether you can handle that much heat and pressure and still can you deliver or not. That is what they are checking. Is it clear, everybody? Any questions you can ask? Let us go to the last part of our discussion, that is psyche of the examiner. You understand the role of IITs and the premier institutions, because professors from these premier institutions, they are going to frame the technical questions again for the engineering services examination. And you must be aware that in the interview process, in the personality test which is conducted in UPSC Bhavan, Dholpur House in Delhi, okay, some of your professors from the IITs and the premier institutions are going to be in the panel, personality test panel, interview panel. They are going to be there because they are going to check your technical aptitude or technical expertise. At the same time, you have to understand UPSC. Union Public Service Commission is the highest government recruitment agency at the central level. There are different sets of recruitment which are being conducted by UPSC, and engineering services examination is one among those category. Union Public Service Commission is one of the most pious, one of the most transparent recruitment body. Its authority and its responsibility is mentioned, clear-cut mentioned in the Constitution. And you can understand it is a authoritative body. It takes several decisions over the years so that the best of the talent can be taken and put in the right place. So you can understand that UPSC examinations are not going to be a cakewalk. You have to really work hard and prove yourself if you want a job from UPSC. So this is all from my side for GATE and Engineering Services. I hope you enjoyed and learned a lot. And if you enjoyed the session, tell me in the comment section, show your love. And Shivraman, please tell technical questions. I don't remember exactly technical questions. Okay. Exactly, because it has been more than 10 years around. One question that I can remember, he asked from me about the starting methods of induction motor. Okay. And when they ask questions now, whether it is technical or non-technical questions, they will ask one question, you answer it. They will ask another question, layer to layer, layer to layer, layer to layer. They actually want to trap you. Now, I became little anguish or angry from inside. He was asking me different methods for starting induction motor. I answered it. Then again, he's asking this, if we do this, what will happen if we do this? And because I have not done any, I have not taken any help. It's not a matter of pride, just circumstances. So I was doing the self-study. So my knowledge was quite limited within the limits of the book. I was not going beyond the book at that point of time. And that point of time, it was 2009 or 2010. That much resources were not there. Very limited resources. Internet was very, was a scary place that time. Yes, Shivaraman, sir, GATE exam makes us. What is your doubt, Shivaraman? So I hope we had quite a good discussion. And if you have any further questions, you can join my personal Telegram channel on Byjus Exam Prep. That is Electrical by Ashutosh Sir. You can post your doubts here. I will try to answer most of them. So thank you so much once again. Take care of yourself and let us meet in the next session. So we have a separate session for CAKP. We have a separate session for what is the book list to be followed for engineering services electrical. Otherwise, you can contact me on my personal Telegram channel. I will tell you. Shivraman is asking, after clearing ACE exam, what will be our designation initially? Generally, it is going to be assistant director. The starting position is going to be assistant director, and slowly within a span of 5 to 8 years, you will be getting promoted. Okay. Any more doubts? So thank you so much, friends. Take care of yourself once again, and do not forget to subscribe to Byjus Exam Prep for all these important updates and sessions. Thank you so much. Take care. Thank you.